Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. Today's quote is, "God does not fit in an occupied heart," which is a bit bizarre because I thought God was omnipresent, but there you go. Apparently, San Juan de la Cruz didn't seem to think so. Anyways, you might be wondering where on earth I am right now. Well, it seems like I am... Well, I'm at a fortress, if you could tell. And no, we're not in Slovenia this time. We are still in the good old country of Spain, in España. But also, we're in front of the municipal library, which I was not expecting to be up here. I think the fortress covers like the area that's in front of me rather than absolutely everything. But we did have to actually scale up here significantly in order to see. Well, I mean significantly. I mean, I was on a wall, so it was a lot less steep. But anyway, there's a lot of things that I can actually look at here. This kind of reminds me of, a lot of the Slovenian castle, honestly. But anyway, this is just my beginning setting, because actually we're going to go to Portugal. That's right, we're going to do the first Walking Wednesday across international borders. Can't imagine what kind of clickbait title I can do with that one, but anyway. So, where I am right now is this town called Salvaterra de Minho. Or Salvaterra do Minho, I'm pretty sure it's de Minho, but anyway. And if you're wondering what that means, well, Salvaterra is just the name of the place, and the Minho is actually one of the great rivers of Spain/Portugal. Well, of the Iberian Peninsula, really. That down there is the Minho, and that is the first of the great rivers. Minho, Duero, Tajo, Guadiana, Guadalquivir, Segura, Júcar, Turia, and Ebro. And yes, that is knowledge has been in my head since primary school, and I have had absolutely zero use for until this particular moment. They say school prepares you for life, and it just so happens that I'm here because this is the place that I have been assigned as a conversation assistant, which, a weird title, but basically there's a secondary school here. I'm not going to say which one necessarily, but they've hired me on to support a lot of the teachers in the bilingual program, and I'll be going back and forth from them, ideally increasing the level of English that is present within this program, which includes your typical, English and maths, but also music and science. Not science, sorry. It's not woodwork. Why do I say science? My head was like English, maths, and science. Yeah, so apparently this particular school has a woodwork division as part of the bilingual program. So, if people don't know, the bilingual program in a lot of schools, they just teach certain subjects in English rather than in Spanish. I mean, it's called bilingual program because obviously they all speak Spanish to begin with, not because they end up swapping at all. So it's not like my bilingual song necessarily. Oh hey, police station. That's where I've got to go eventually to get myself a NIE, NIE, which is just a identification number, for work purposes or whatever. But yeah, I have to do that accompanied by a tutor of some kind. So that's that really. Oh, this is Salvatierra as well. While this geriatric residence. So there you go. Apparently this is a good retirement spot. Good to know. There's also a photographer, and then one of the old kings, Juan Carlos. Oh, and there's a place called El Retiro right next to it, the retirement. It all makes sense. We're about to get to a noisy part, by the way, because the way to Portugal. Actually, you can see right. Well, actually, not really. There's a sign that says Portugal. It's just that way. Then you've got Vigo and Ourense on the other side, which, yeah, actually, now I think about it, we said that we're finally going to go into Vigo at long last. And I say at long last because I've been meaning to go there for years. And the reason is because, speaking of the bilingual song, actually, I wrote, if people remember that one, I wrote that song because I was at a talent show organized by a company called UK to Learn. UK to Learn, what they do is they take, they have contacts in multiple countries like, Spain, France, Germany, Italy, China, I think as well, and they have activities. It just happens that was their residential activity, and one of my friends from primary school was actually at the venue, so they let me go on to visits. But also because we have good contact with them anyway, because actually the way that we knew about UK to Learn was actually through their student exchange program. I say student exchange, it's not really much of an exchange because because they all came to us, none of us went to them. So yeah, three times actually we got what is the time that I was in secondary school? 3 times we got a group of, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 students from one of the secondary schools. Not the one I just went to, I don't think. That'd be a big coincidence. But yeah, they did that. 1 second, I need to go past.
Sí, es un poco extraña la forma de sacársela. Porque
Gracias.
habían hecho mano también, pero se han ido borrando.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so their exchange program. By the way, just gonna take this chance to really show you the Minho properly. I know it was a great river, but I didn't know it was this big. I guess if I had to show up on the maps, then it's got to be. Anyway, the students themselves, they all came from Vigo. Oh, I got beeped from filming. Okay, so yeah, they were all from Vigo, and actually, while they were here, they had a bunch of activities that UK to Learn arranged for them anyway, or their teacher might have, taken them along to take part in some way or whatever. But by the way, we're in Portugal now. We did it! It wasn't clickbait after all. Rio Minho, that's the one. Yeah, so they had stuff they were doing, but also my mum, being the person that she is, decided, to invite them along to a couple of other things. Typical, I guess like random meetups or a cinema day, which is where I watched Pitch Perfect 2 for the first time. that was with the, I think it was the second group actually. Yeah, they wanted to see Pitch Perfect 2. I had barely heard of the series, I think. And they said they thought that I might not like it. I did. I absolutely liked it. But yeah. Unfortunately, there was actually one person missing at that point because my mum didn't know about him. So it was actually, 5 of them and not the 6th. But that was quickly corrected for future things. In fact, actually, I remember that my brother didn't want to see Pitch Perfect 2. He went to see something else. I forgot what that was. So I think it might have been just me with them. I would say that one of them forever ingrained in my mind that, that like this image of her just going, eh? You speak Spanish? Like, eh? Like really shocked, despite the fact she heard me once already. That's one of the people that actually kept in contact with a little bit afterwards. On Skype. So, yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I promised I would go to Beagle eventually, apart from, obviously, they had host families, and we were host families each time. So, for, 3 of the others, we said, oh yeah, we might go to see you at some point, or, if we're in Beagle, we'll let you know. And every year we come to Galicia, and every year I stopped asking a while ago, but kept on saying like, hey, should we go to Beagle today? Should we go to Beagle? Let's go to Beagle. No, we never did. So it seems like today is the day. I was going to do Walking Wednesday in Beagle itself as proof, but I decided that, going across international borders into Portugal was a little bit more interesting. So that's what we did. But yeah, who knows? At some point, I might try and see. Hey, let's see if some of those old emails work, or I don't know. Not a clue, really. Or I might just end up bumping into them by accident. I'm not sure. Beagle is a relatively big place. That's unlikely to happen, but you never know. It's a shame, really. All this time, and we've just now going over there when all contact was lost. But hey, who knows? I have a good chunk of next academic year, that is, to head over there potentially, or even live there, depends. Might get a place there. The staff, we've already been to the school, by the way, so the staff said they don't recommend it. They recommend living in Salvaterra because it's the public transport system to get from Beagle to Salvaterra is not very good, and the timetables are very wonky, so most teachers will carpool with each other, or they would before COVID, and that's not the case anymore. So yeah, but hey, we're still going to look at the city anyway because I want to see the city. I have been curious for the longest time, regardless of exchange students, regardless of UK to learn. As soon as I heard about that, I was like, oh yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a river walk of some kind, but actually no, it's not. I have 6 minutes left to go over stuff in the week. Because yeah, most of the interesting stuff I guess happened now, particularly. Because yeah, I knew that today was going to be pretty full on. Which I probably should have clarified in some of the other stuff happening during the week. I guess first of all, we wrapped up Music Freaks. Well, kind of. There's still the spin-off, obviously. But yeah, that was another one of those streams that brought in a bunch of new people, actually. And that was definitely fun. I was just going uphill. This might have been the entirely wrong way to go about this this path. How far up do we go? Yeah, no, I'm staying down here. I have to walk up anyway because I'm meeting everyone at a pizza place, but yeah, for now I'm staying here. I'm staying here. But yeah, so yeah, it's bizarre because like we started Review Music Freaks, and it took about as long to review the series as it took to actually release, proportionately speaking. Because yeah, episode 4 was the newest one when we started on the Butter Bunch, and then afterwards, as you know, the very ideas behind what Gacha Review would be ended up changing, because I thought, hey, on the Butter Punch, this will get more traction separately, and that will help promote the new channel. It didn't really. They've performed much better in the actual segments of Gacha Review. But yeah, for one final time, I got the you know, how can you possibly say, you know, that things are, you know, not as good in this series as there are in others. This is the best series, Gacha series of all time, and stuff like that. I still to this day don't know if I consider it the best Gacha series of all time. I certainly consider it iconic and legendary to, you know, based on like what it actually did for the community, for better or worse. Because Emily and I had a conversation about this after the after stream ended. Actually, no, it was the day after that. There was a lot of stuff to do with, I guess, our experiences with Gacha, and how Emily's seen all the different eras. Emily was there during the peaceful and wholesome era before the heat wave, I suppose. But yeah, just the way that even like the bar of entry and how, you know, different age groups are treated now based on the quality of work that people have been able to produce. The ones who actually stayed by and the ones who didn't decide that they outgrew the app or whatever. There's a whole thing about that, but actually that's not the most interesting thing that happened. That would be the fact that we're starting a D&D campaign. Well, I'm saying we are. KW is, along with Glass Vin as our wonderful DM. And yeah, reason behind that. Yeah, KW got like the starter pack of books recently, and then I said like, hey, if you do of D&D players guides and everything, and then I said, hey, if you end up doing a campaign, then sign me up for that. Now, people don't know, I played one campaign of D&D, or one shot of D&D ever, and that was successful in some ways and unsuccessful in others. Got me really intrigued, and I wanted to like continue with that very same character, so I'll be bringing back my character from that campaign. What was supposed to happen was there was a server, and we were supposed to join, you know, to go over a lesson in character creation and combat. That was what the event was supposed to be. That was for, you know, the novices, which was most people. I mean, BB also joined. No, she's not a novice, but she decided, yeah, might as well do this anyway. And just as well that she did, because it ended up turning into the session 0 of the campaign. Mainly because Vin wanted to set up the combat, but there was also a puzzle that would, if we didn't solve it in time, would trigger the combat. I don't know. He just decided to kind of do that. But during that time, of course, you know, we were, you know, role-playing, getting used to our characters, you know, trying to solve the puzzle. We solved the puzzle actually 14 seconds before the time would have kicked in order to start the combat segment. So we didn't do the combat. However, what we did do was get Vin excited for the particular setting that we were in, and decide that that should be the campaign for YouTube. And that is supposed to be happening also today. When I said it, I was full on, I wasn't joking. So be sure to check out KW's channel at 8:30 my time, which would be 1:30 CST, 2:30 EST. Take for that what you will. And I think it's going to be the series and live channel, because it's a live series. And yeah, I will see everyone there, hopefully. Please do join. Please, if you like, just go Google Ready.